Hey guys, welcome back, and in this video we are going to take a look at the Photon tool, which is a great tool that you probably want to experience. So to install that, you can just open your terminal and enter Photon and just press enter, and you can just press Y to install that, enter your password. This is how you pretty much install this tool. You can also issue commands like sudo apt update if this one is not working. First, you have to update your Kali Linux. After that, try installing it using just the Photon command. If that doesn't work, then you can just use the sudo apt install Proton command like this. I will show you that also. Sudo apt install, and the tool name that you want to install here, it's Photon. So this is another way that you can just install. So these are the commands that basically helps you for this installation. So once it get updated, then only try that if you getting an error by running this command. So anyways, we are just exploring about that tool. So for that, I'm just going to the Photon GitHub repository, and you can see that we were able to see the descriptions of the Photon tool. It's basically incredibly fast crawler designed for OSINT, which is the open source intelligence. Yeah, we are going to learn about this Photon tool. It's basically incredibly fast crawler designed for OSINT, and the latest version release is 1.3.0 is what's shown in the GitHub repo. So anyways, let's read the features of Photon tool, which can extract URLs which is in scope and out of scope, which can extract URL with parameters like a question mark ID equal to 2, like that parameters. It can extract that. It also support Intel, which is basically email, social media accounts, Amazon buckets, etc., and which supports files like PDF, PNG, XML, etc., and which also support secret keys like authentication or API keys and hashes. And it also supports JavaScript files and endpoint present in them. And it also has a strings matching custom regex pattern, subdomain and DNS related data. Like that, you can just use this tool, and this is basically the example of how the results would look like when you use this Photon tool. And this is the results that it was able to enumerate from a domain that they specified by using this Photon tool. And it also support web mission DNS terms exporter. So yeah, you will be able to see a lot of options about that. And if that doesn't work, if these kinds of installations doesn't work, then you can just pretty much use these kinds of installation that is shown in the GitHub repo. By using this, you can just install using the Docker container, right? So yeah, that's pretty much about it, how you can install, and some good features about this tool. And now what we are going to do is to use this tool. Yes, yeah, it's time for using this tool. Let me check if it is working good. Yep. So yeah, anyways, let's start with this tool. And first, let me clear this. And first, as usual, I'm just opening the help menu of Photon, as I believe that there is no manual. So yeah, there is no manual entry for Photon. And yeah, let's start with the help menu, and this is basically version 1.2.2 Photon, and you will be able to see a lot of options about this Photon tool from here. So yeah, these are some of the options, but how we can basically use this tool is like with the URL, right? So yeah, let me show you that. Like we can just enter Photon -u for the URL. In this case, I'm using the test website called testphp .vulnerweb.com, which is a test website which helps us to test by using this, which will not cause any major issues. It's like everyone can test its website, right? So anyways, this was completed, and it's basically level 1, and one URL is there. So the progress is 1 by 1, and the level 2 has 13 URLs, and progress is 13 by 13, and it's crawling, and it was not able to find any kind of JavaScript files. The finded JavaScript files is 0, and it was able to find Intel, and 31 internal, and 7 external, and 8 fuzzable. And the total request made, it made 15 requests, and the total time it taken is just 5 seconds, and the request per second, it used 2 requests per second, and the results are saved in testphp.vulnerweb.com directory. When I enter ls, I was able to see the directory. Inside that, these are the files. Yeah, let's use mousepad for opening that. Let's start with the external.txt, and these are the informations that it was able to enumerate by using this. So yeah, we were able to get some information, which is the external.txt, right? So yeah, like that, we can just open the fuzzable.txt. These are some fuzzable contents in this test.php.vulnweb.com, and as you can see, which has the parameters like question mark cat equal to 2, r is equal to 3, like that, right? So yeah, let's try to browse this. I'm just browsing one. Okay, this is how it looks like. We were able to get a thing, right? So yeah, let me show you one more thing. Um, like the second one. Yeah, we were able to get something on it, right? So yeah, this is how this fuzzable works. We were able to get some information by using this Photon tool, right? Pretty great, right? So yeah, let's try to view the intel.txt. And these are the informations that is available in the intel.txt. So yeah, let's try one. It's 404. So yeah, anyways, let's move on to the internal.txt. Let me close this. And here are the internal files that we were able to get. Let us try this. Here it is. These are some internal contents. So yeah, like that, you can just use this tool for this purpose, for getting some information. So this is how you basically use this tool, but this is not the end. We can use this tool for a variety of purposes. So in this case, what we done is just entering the Photon and -u and the URL, which extracts the contents from the URL, and it's saved into a file called the URL, the domain name that we gave here is test.php.vulnweb.com, right? So yeah, if you want this to save into a file called a file, so something like that, you can just use the -o in this case. I believe that it's O, yeah, to output into a directory. So in this case, I'm just using Photon -u, the URL, and -o for outputting these contents into a directory called files. You can just give any name that you want. In this case, I use the name as files. So now when I press enter, which will do these kinds of contents, and instead of saving into test.php.vulnweb.com before, it now saved into a directory called files. And then ls, I was able to see the files directory. Inside that, the same contents that we get previously was found, right? So yeah, like that, you can use -o for outputting these contents into a file that you would like to, into a directory name that you would like to give. So anyways, let's use some of the other options. Like we have a lot of other options. We have a -e for exporting this into CSV and JSON formats. So yeah, if you want this things to export it into any format like CSV in this case, you can just use the -CSV and output into a new file called CSV directory, right? Yeah, -o is to specify the directory. So this command will basically output the contents of this URL into a CSV file, into a CSV directory. -o to specify that, right? So inside the CSV directory, we were able to see a exported .csv file. So yeah, let's try to open that using Firefox. I think it's supported. No, it doesn't support. It's basically a CSV file, right? So yeah, let me open that using the mouse pad and the exporter.csv, and here it is. This is how it looks like. Okay, so it also supports the JSON format. You can also use the command for JSON. So instead of this, I'm just using JSON, and I'm just changing this to JSON. This -o is to specify a directory that this results wants to go, and -e is to export into a file type that we would like to use. In this case, it's supported the exported of JSV and JSON. So yeah, we were able to export that to JSON. Inside JSON, we were able to see the exported.json. So in this case, I think I can use the Firefox for export, viewing the exported.json. Here is how it looks like. right? We were able to see some internal. By clicking here, we will be able to go for that particular page. External, you can just click here to go to that particular page. And fuzzable, like that, you can just use, you can just export this into the formats it supported, like CSV and the JSON format, right? So this is pretty cool, right? Like that, it does have a lot of features. Like we have the levels to crawl, right? So yeah, let's try to use that. In this case, you can see the informations that we get is 9 Intel, 31 internal, and 7 external, and 8 fuzzable, right? It crawling 0 JavaScript files, right? So yeah, the command that we use there is this, right? So yeah, I'm just using -L for enabling crawling, and I'm just entering 5, pressing enter. So now, what is the difference that you're going to see here in this case? It's about level 1 is 1 URL, level 2 is 13 URL, but in this case, it only has 2 levels, like level 1, level 2, and in level 1, it get 1 URL, and in level 2, it get 13 URL. But in this case, we just specify the limit to 5. So now you can see it level 1 enumerated 1 URL, and the level 2 get 13 URL. It also has level 3, which will get 17 URL. It also has level 4, which will get 22 URL. It also has level 5, which will get 31 URLs. So the total results that we get before and now was entirely different. So before we were get 9 Intel, now we get 28 Intels. Before we don't get any kinds of files. Now we were able to get 7 files, and we also get 7 external and 21 fuzzable and 175 internal. So this was higher than before, right? We were able to limit this into 5, so now the results will be different. We were able to get some more information than before, right? So these results are saved into JSON. So I'm just moving to JSON. Inside that, we have these kinds of files. So yeah, let's start opening with the external.txt, and these are some of the external files that it was able to get. So yeah, let's move to the files.txt. So these are the files that it was able to get from our website, right? It has show image.php and this particular file. So I think it will be in our URL. Yeah, let's try to visit that and put it here. So now we were able to see the contents, right? So like that, it has a lot of files, 7 files, right? So yeah, these are the informations that we were able to get, right? This is by using the -L command, right? So how cool it is, guys. So we are not just a normal person, normal IT person. We are an ethical hacker. We just need to know how we can use these tools and what are the informations that we gather by using these types of tools. And we are responsibly using this for ethical purposes only. So yeah, that's also something that you should keep in mind. So yeah, these are the informations that we were able to get by using the -L command. That's pretty much great, right? I hope this is great. So yeah, this is not the end of the video. We are just moving on, and we have a lot of other options, and let me show you some of them. Yeah, we have the -T for threads. The higher the number of threads, the higher the scan speed is, and the lower and the higher the intrusions is, and the lower the number of threads, the lower the scan speed is, and it's good, which will not make a good amount of noise. So when I put this into 1, the less noise, and you were able to see this scan was taking some time to complete because the threads is 1, right? So it gets 8 seconds to complete. The total time taken was 8 seconds. So now with the same thing, I'm just giving 5 threads. Now see the differences by using the threads, and now we were able to get the results in just 3 seconds, right? It was able to get the same amount of results that we get previously, but in a fast manner. So higher the number of threads means higher the number of intrusions in the network, and it also means that sometimes you will be able to get all the informations, but in some scenarios it's not seems to be good to get a lot of informations that we get before. But it's highly recommended to use these threads in a low manner, which will not cause any big trouble. Okay, so yeah, anyways, let's move on with the other options that we have. So we have the DNS option, which will enumerate subdomains and DNS data, and we have find secret keys to find secret keys if it has one, and only URLs, which will only extract URLs, and minus minus wayback fetch URLs from the archive.org as seeds. Yes, let's try to use the minus DNS in this case. So yeah, I'm just eliminating all those things, and I'm just saving this into a file called new, and I'm just going to use the minus DNS to see what's the difference. So I just eliminated the limits. Now the same contents find, and it is also enumerating subdomains. The subdomain enumeration was started by specifying this minus DNS command. Right, so before you won't be able to see that there's only crawling, but in this case it is started enumerating subdomains by specifying the minus DNS command, and it is throwing me an error, and unfortunately it doesn't able to find it. Yeah. So yeah, let me view the Photon help menu here. And we can also use the other commands like minus wayback. I'm also using the verbose for getting some more informations to see what's happening in the background. So yeah, the fetching URLs from archive.org was started, and let's see what other informations it can get. It is fetching the URLs from the archive.org. If you're not familiar with this website, you have to visit that website. It's a great website that is really helpful for ethical hackers to get information about a website, to see a website that how it looks like before in years back. For example, how google.com looks like in 1990s, like that. You will be able to find those contents using the archive website, which is also wayback mission. This is the archive.org website. So yeah, in this you can just put the URL of a website to see how this website looks like in 90s or some other year that you would like to specify. So in this case, it was able to fetch 22 URLs from the archive.org, and the results were stored here. It takes 52 seconds to complete this, and anyways the results is stored in a new directory, and these are the contents available, and there is a 177 internals are available. Let's use mousepad to open that internals, and these are the informations that it was able to get. Right, like that you will be able to get some more information by using this Photon tool. How cool it is, right, guys? So yeah, like that you can use the minus only only URLs for only extracting the URL, and minus keys to find secret keys if it has, and like that you can use this tool for wide variety of purposes, and the rest of the features are something that you should explore. So that's what I would recommend, guys. Like that you can use this tool for wide variety of purposes. I hope this video is informative for you to learn about this Photon tool, and thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.